Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Made for Love, and today we're doing what have they realized reading. Now, usually, what I have realized is that my Jane Austen deck is covered in ants, guys. Bloody hell! What are you guys doing there? All right, that's problem solved. Let me just dust them off. All right, so what? I think now everything that happens during a reading is what the fudge is part of the reading. So there's somebody being a little worker aunt. Somebody might be working really hard. Whether that's to forget or to progress, I don't know. All right, so we saw that. We saw that, right? Okay, let's go. Let's go back to what I was saying. Right. So usually when I do one of these what have they realized readings, I usually just ask about what have they realized about the connection. But today I'm going to also ask what have they realized about themselves. Okay? All right. So let's get into this. I don't know. I've pulled up my Jane Austen tarot. I've only used it once before, even though Jane Austen is one of my favorite authors, and Pride and Prejudice is my favorite book. Is my favorite movie, especially the one with Colin Firth, but let's not go there. So I feel like there might be some pride and prejudice going on right now. There might be some ego responses happening right now, some resistance. It could be. So we're going to keep that in mind whilst we go into this reading. And the other thing that I heard when I sat down to read is you snooze, you lose. So I feel like maybe somebody took a long time to make up their mind as to what they wanted. And it could be that an opportunity may have passed them by or is passing them by. I don't know. All right, so we're going to keep those two things into consideration as the cards unfold. All right, let's get into this. Let's get significators for a person. Let's see who we're dealing with right now. All right, we have negotiation. Now, this card could mean two things. One, either somebody is trying to find middle ground, okay, and they want to find some kind of compromise, or this is also a card of balance. So maybe three things, especially with this health card underneath here. So maybe they're trying to achieve a work-life balance, or they're trying to achieve a balance between their spiritual, mental, and physical health, or their spiritual, mental, and physical bodies. But this is also a card of karma. So it could be that karma is teaching your person these particular lessons that I mentioned. You know, how to balance their life and how to balance their psyche. So this could be what's going on. And it could be that karma is teaching a person how to get to that place of middle ground, how to move out of the mode of my way or the highway, how to see different perspectives. Okay? I screenshotted something last night. I don't know. I just screenshot things I like. And it says, and somebody was quoting Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it said, many of the truths we cling to depend greatly on our own point of view. And I think that's such a powerful thing, to recognize that there's no such thing as the truth ever, right? It is all truths. Everybody has their own truth. Everybody has their own truth. Nobody knows what is the truth. We would like to believe that all truth is the truth, but we don't know. We don't know. And all truths are built up, or they're formulated from our own life experiences. Which is like your life experiences, like, you know, or data that we collect from our experiments, right? or observational, the data that we've gotten through observation, right? So we come to those truths, but they're really all truths. They're nobody else's truths. They're really all truths, right? What the realizations that we come to through our downloads, but it's only our truths. It's never the truth, and people have to realize that. And when we realize that, then that's when we allow room in felicity, right? That's when we allow room for the negotiation, the dance that sees the interplay of the two truths, you and that person's truths coming together and creating maybe another truth. Who knows? All right, so let's see. The energy generally. The bird in the cage, submission, feeling defeated. Okay, they feel defeated by life. They could feel defeated by situations. But in the midst of this defeat, because this is giving me ego death vibes, in the midst of this self-defeat, right, they're finally able to see other perspectives. I feel like we're dealing with a person whose mantra would have been my way or the highway, or this is the truth, this is the way things are done, there's only one right way. Okay, and from this gilded cage here, they're realizing, they're looking out and they're realizing that there are many sides. There are many sides, not just my side. There are many sides, right? So this feels like ego death, because ego death blows us open to other perspectives. When we can see outside of ourselves and see the big picture before we just see the little parts, right, from all as a window, right? But when you go through that ego death, you see the big picture. You see the universe's perspective, and this is what they're seeing right now. The world doesn't revolve around them. And usually, people come to that realization somewhere in their teens. But your person, they only come into that realization now. The world doesn't revolve around them and their beliefs. So they're kind of sitting in that for a little while. The energy towards you. Versatility. You see, it's all about the perspective now. So now that they realize that there are different perspectives, there's a world that doesn't revolve around them or caters to them and their whims and their fancies. Now they want to compromise. Now they want to be flexible. Now they're coming out. They're stepping out of that rigidity, because this person had a very set idea as to how your relationship was going to progress and where it was going to end up. They knew, because it would be their way, right? It would be their way or the highway. But they're realizing, no, there are other things at play here, right? This is a whole human being that I'm dealing with, and I have to be in a place of compromise, right? It cannot be a win-lose situation. It had to be a win-win situation for everybody, right? So this is where they're at. So they're very malleable at this time, and it's because of what's going on here with this ego death. So with that little ego death talk there, let's see what's happening. What have they realized about themselves? So they're realizing a lot of things, but mostly they're realizing there are other perspectives besides their own. What have they realized about themselves? I'm going to use the Iris Oracle. What have they realized about themselves? And you know, that's something that both Elizabeth and Darcy had to come to, because they were judging each other from their own perspective. They didn't see the other person's side, right? They didn't see the other person's side. They didn't inhabit or immerse themselves in the other person's world to see where they were coming from. And that's something that eventually happened. And, you know, it allowed them to really see the big picture of what was happening, right? What we have here, dependency. So somebody might have been bound, might have been in chains, addictions here, maybe even addicted to love, okay, or what they thought love was. Okay, but this is something that they're moving out of, because it's a card number 61, which reduces to 7. And 7 is a Chariot. So they're moving out of a love addiction. All right. Or it could be an addiction to validation, which is a love addiction. All right. Still a love addiction. All right. What have they realized about themselves? We have calm, within transformation. All right. So I see them making big changes in their life. Well, we picked up on it already. And they're realizing a lot about your connection. For some of you, they realize that you guys are twin flames. Okay, there I see that. Too many candles here to ignore that. But also, it's like they're realizing that they are part of a light army, and everybody on this earth is meant to be part of a light army, not just twin flames. Everybody is meant to shine their light in some sort of way and bring that high vibration down to the earth, right? So they're realizing that they are part of this light army, right? They're getting a lot of illumination, right? And whatever they are downloading at this time, and we get the hangman high perspective here again. Another number 12. Whatever they're downloading at this time, it's just giving them a sense of peace. I feel like you are dealing with a person who inhabits the mind, right? The mind is going 24/7. So maybe someone who has problems sleeping as well, right? Mind going 24/7. They can't quiet the mind, but like this is the first time that they're able to quiet the mind. And they're able to quiet the mind because now they're trusting the universe. This illumination that they're getting here is allowing them to trust the universe, because overthinking / anxiety comes from us not trusting. Comes from us not trusting. Not trusting spirit, not trusting the universe, right? That's why we're always freaking out, worried about what's the next move, for making the wrong move. But when we step into that trust, you just get very bold, very daring. And everything within you is still uncalm because you're convicted that you are doing the right thing for you. And this is what they're feeling right now. They feel like they finally found their truths, like they finally found their purpose, like, they finally found peace. What have they realized about themselves? We come back here again, your light. They're also realizing that your light, viewer, is what is catalyzing these changes. It is love that has brought them this far. So card number 51, which reduces to 6. This is the lovers. It is your love that has brought them this far, that has precipitated all these changes. And the fact that you guys are in the same boat, or you guys have gone through the same evolution, again is giving them a sense of calm, because they're looking at you and see the peace that it has brought you, and that is also bringing them a sense of peace. They're also realizing that they're intrinsically linked with you. They're intrinsically linked with you. That denying you is kind of denying part of themselves, because I see here it's two snakes intertwined. It's two snakes intertwined. What have they realized about themselves? We have the all-knower. I think you're dealing with someone who was never taught or never felt safe enough to trust their own knowing, right? So they always had to bounce ideas of the people off of other people, get buy-in from everybody that's around them. If they have some kind of issue, they have to go and get advice from somebody else. Or if they have a problem, the first thing is to get to call up a tarot reader or whatever it is, right? They don't trust their own knowing. And even though the advice they may have gotten goes against what they feel inside, they will still do it because they feel like other persons know what's best for them. But now they're seeing that they can trust themselves. And everything they need to know is already inside them anyways. And just as these people that they were asking can tap into their own intuition to give them advice. They could tap into their own intuition to figure out what's the next move. So this is someone, and this is a card of temperance, right? And that's when we shed the fear and just log into just pure love. They're also realizing as well that when it comes to this connection, like they knew all along that it was you. They knew all along that it was you. But they had other people in their ear and they were scared and all that kind of shit. But they always knew it was you. They always knew the direction they needed to go in. They always knew. But they gave their power away by listening to other people and allowing other people to interfere. Protect your heart. What have they realized? That them trying to protect their heart pushed them into a place where their heart was crushed and broken in some kind of karmic cycle here. Card number 47 reduces to 11. So the thing that they wanted to avoid is the thing that they ran into when they ran away from this connection. Because they thought run away from you would protect them from being hurt. It would protect their heart because they saw you as a threat, right? They saw you as someone that would get under their skin and they would get attached to. They didn't want that. So they ran away from that, ran into a karmic situation. And in that karmic situation, the same heart that they wanted to protect, it was crushed anyway. It was crushed anyway. They're also realizing the importance of healthy boundaries. So they didn't need to run away. What they needed at the time was healthy boundaries. But they didn't know how to do that. So your person has learned so much in this short space of time. Let's see, what have they learned about this connection? What have they learned about this connection? We have death, transformation. Transformation, that this was a destined connection. We have card number 14, which is also a card of karma. This is a destined connection, and this was meant to happen. And it was meant to happen so that you guys could lead each other through this transformation. So just as they catalyzed your massive awakening and like the biggest healing period of your life, you've done the same for them. They're welcome. Oh gosh, this journey can be so rough and tough, guys, but it can be beautiful too. Anyways, what are they realizing about this connection? We have judgment. Yeah, they judged you. They judged you, definitely. They judged you, just like in Pride and Prejudice, right? And they misjudged you, just like in Pride and Prejudice. And now they're seeing your true worth. Your true worth. They're seeing the true worth now. They're seeing that now. I also think as well that they may be, for some of them, they're with a third party. This is card number 13. That reduced to 3. They're in a third party. And they're only there really because they misjudged you and ran away from this connection. What are they realizing about this connection? Oh, they're also realizing as well, because it's a card of karma, that you have been their greatest teacher. You've been their greatest teacher. Okay? And if we say a karmic is someone that is here to teach a personal lesson, you have been karmic to this person. You have taught them a lot about their own prejudices. Right? Their own programming. and you've brought them to this place of flexibility. We have blessing. What are they realizing? That this is a blessing. You are a gift from the divine. Okay? And a card number 58 reduced to 13. So more transformation vibes. Again, a death card again. Okay, so you're a gift. You're the greatest gift on this journey of life. Okay? And again, taught them so much, created a lot of changes in their life, and changes for the better. And it's like you are the gift that keeps on giving. That's what they're realizing. Because the transformation and change doesn't stop with them. It's also trickling into the karmic relationship. Okay, a third party connection. And it's also trickling over to their friends, family, and even their workspace. So you are the gift that keeps on giving. That's what they realized about you and this connection. They see them meeting you as divine intervention. We have angelic intervention, right? And you were here to help them end a cycle of self-sabotage. This person's been in the same karmic cycle with different people over and over and over and over and over again. But meeting you put a halt to their codependency, put a halt to their addictions, and they're breaking out of the cycle of feeling that they're a victim, and moving on to this place of elevation. This is a card number 82, which reduced to 10, right? It is endings, and then 10 reduced to 1 beginnings. So they're walking into a new beginning. They're also a new person. Right? They're not the same person that you first met. And if you look back, you'll see that this person has changed. They may not be where you want them to be, right? But they're certainly responding to their own healing journey and the prompts that the universe has given them. They're not the same, right? What have they realized about you and this connection? We have failure. They feel like this is done though. They feel like this is done, and they feel like your connection being done is their fault. Another failure in their life. And that this is a karmic consequence of their non-action. And maybe that's why I got the message, you snooze, you lose. Okay. Because it looks like this person has just been sitting there saying, woe is me, right? Saying, woe is me, reliving a lot of childhood trauma. I see the crib in the background here. Or they could be staying in a situation because they're children or whatever it is. But this feels like childhood pain and trauma to me, right? Right? So they've been sitting in a lot of childhood pain and trauma, right? Maybe even like repressed or stuck in this feels like this is early childhood. Maybe even stuck or repressed into that early childhood here, right? And life just kept passing your person by. Opportunities just kept passing your person by because they couldn't see beyond their childhood pain. So they feel like a failure. They feel like a failure generally, and they feel like a failure in this relationship because they feel like everything they touch is blighted or cursed. Right? But they're only realizing now, I think, the role their pain and them trying to protect their heart played in all of this non-action or wrong action. I think they're now realizing through this connection how much their wounding has dictated their pace, their life. Their life. When they thought that they were sovereign being and they were in control of their life, their wounding has been running the show. Their wounding has been running the show. So your person has never really been free to make a decision. Their pain has always been talking for them. Let's see if there's anything. What's the most important thing that they want you to know right now? In the extended, I'm going to look at their thoughts and feelings about you at this time. For you, where there's a third party connected to your connection, we'll look at their thoughts and feelings with regard to that third party. We're going to Magic Calabash and see if there's any message that's coming through first there. And then we're going to look at their next actions towards you. But in the meantime, let's see what, and this is the Knight of Cups. What do they want you to know? This person is like dying to express their love, but they feel like you've already turned your back on them. They really feel like they snoozed and they lose. Or they lost, right? Let's be correct, right? But they want to declare their love. And that's a message that came out last week as well. Okay. All right. So we have the Six of Clubs. But in this deck, this is the Tower. So that's really the Six of Wands. But it says the Tower in this deck. We have the Eight of Swords, right? But it is the Justice card in this deck. We have the Three of Pentacles. No, this is the Three of Wands. And we have it was a Knight of Swords I saw underneath the deck. But it still makes sense. So the message remains the same. Right? Because the Knight of Swords rushes in to speak truth. This is the Knight of Cups. I'm sorry. The Knight of Cups is here. All right, what do they want you to know right now? Well, the Six of Wands represents everything that their ego built, right? And it looks like this is crumbling. Now, I feel like there's somebody around your person that's not well. This person's not well at all. They could be They could be not well physically, certainly, but they're not well emotionally. And I think your person, they may have been taking care of this person for a while, but now they're looking on, because whilst they've been taking care of this person, their life has been passing them by. So that's something that's been deconstructed in their mind, that they need to be the savior or rescuer for this person here. All right? Because your person's looking into the future, right? They've gotten this illumination in the back here with this Tower card. So they know which direction to head in, right? But it feels like they've always took care of this person here. Could be a mother figure, a father figure. It could even be a child. And this person is not well. So they're trying to figure out how to get what they want, but also not be unfair to other people in their life. They're getting into balance, right? They're getting into balance, right? They're trying to balance their life. They're trying to balance what they want to do and what they feel like they need to do at this time, because your person has responsibilities and obligations. And there's some responsibilities and obligations that you can't just throw off like that, especially when there are children involved, right? So there's a balance that they're trying to strike here. Now, they know that they have procrastinated. They know this. But they're still hoping that they're going to be able to sort this out in time in order to come and declare their love to you. For some of them, they're going through a breakup or divorce proceedings. Okay? They're going through a breakup or divorce proceedings and then waiting for that to play out, literally play out, because we have the instruments here to play. They're waiting for that to play out. But the end goal is for them to declare their love. They have one thing on their mind, right? So their eyes are on the prize and you are the prize. But there's something here that needs to play out. There's someone here who is not well in their environment. For a lot of people, there's someone here who's not well. And your person may have appointed them as their primary caregiver. Okay? All right. So we're going to go to the extended and we're going to explore what I told you we're going to explore there. If you can't make it to the extended, let's go into these true love reading cards, which I really like. The messages are just plain. And we're going to see what is the message for you here today. What's the advice? What is the advice? We have here soulmates, right? So a confirmation that there's this deep love that connects you guys. But this is also a very transformative process because the butterflies are featured very prominently in this. And that's a message that's been coming through the reading consistently, right? Look at how much death cards came out there. Ooh. We have here the sacred woman, which is how they see you. And we have here the divine masculine. And this is beautiful energy because what I see here today is that both of you are moving towards the most elevated aspect of yourself. Remember I said last week, like I feel like we are in this bullet train and we're heading towards somewhere and I don't know where. Well, today I know where. We're heading towards the most elevated aspect of ourselves that we can be in the 3D. Right? So it's about you guys aligning to your highest timeline. So anytime you feel stuck, just say, Spirit, I'm aligning to my highest timeline. And you're going to get clarity as to what's going to be the next move. Okay? Because your highest timeline will see you breaking out of old patterns, standing up for yourself, respecting yourself, and certainly respecting the decisions of others. Okay? So always keep that in mind. Your highest timeline will always bring you closest to divine. So anytime you're stuck, okay, and you're stuck between two decisions, is this going to take me closest to divine or is this going to take me further from divine? What would love do, right? You can ask yourself that, right? All right, so let's go to the extended. If you can't join me in the extended, please, could you put a comment down below. You can put a full stop down below. The algorithm doesn't care. And if you're able to make the energy exchange via these extended readings, absolutely wonderful. If not, you can also interact with any of the ads I may have played during this reading because we do get a bit of money for that. And do that for any, influencer, creator that you enjoy, whether it's on YouTube, TikTok, whatever it is, that's how we show our appreciation for people. All right, my love, take care. Bye.